YouTube, what the crap's going on? HeirofCarthage here, gonna get you a couple of replays real quick. This first one's gonna be Empire versus Vampire. As you can see, there's two Luminarchs on the battlefield, so this is either gonna turn out to be a disaster for the Empire player or disaster for the Vampire player, and we'll see exactly how it works out. But two Luminarchs, one of which is the Luminarch of Hysh, General of the Empire, 3 Flagellants, 4 Spears, Zentler's Reichsguard, Silver Bullets, Jade Wizard, and a Light Wizard. So the Empire is in an all-or-nothing type army here. They will either get the benefit of the Luminarchs, or they will lose. Now for the Vampires, 3 Graveguard, one of which is the Sternsman, 2 Horrors, 2 Spears, Mortis Engine, Black Knight, Blood Knight, Dire Pack, Fellbats, and Mannfred. Yes, none other than Mannfred. No doubt trying to get some time away from Vladdy Daddy and Isabella. Mannfred has chosen instead to risk his undead life. Undead life? Well, yeah, it's kind of an oxymoron there, but yeah, anyway, he's going to choose to risk that by facing off against an Empire army with a couple of Luminarch. You can see him dodging around wildly at the moment because he knows that he's about to start getting shot at. So he's dodging around, and now he's going to pull back. If that Luminarch hits any of these units, I mean, hitting the Blood Knights could do a ton of damage. Hitting Mannfred, a double shot from the Luminarch would almost certainly kill Mannfred instantly. So that's the risk-reward of this type of build. If a Vampire can successfully shut down the Luminarchs, then they will definitely win. Ooh. So Mannfred gets missed there, and the Bats are going to come in to attempt to disrupt. This is a good call. They need as much disruption as possible if they're going to get... And Mannfred needs to get up and try and raise the dead on top of the Luminarchs as well. But it's going to be challenging because there's a net from the Light Wizard and there's going to be a net from the Luminarch. And I don't know which one it is. I think it's the net from the Luminarch he gets caught by here. Oh, and the double shot lined up. Oh, the Empire General just comes in and Mannfred takes a double shot. And that's that. So... The Vampire player has got to be frustrated at this point because there was his Lord, yeah, and he's gonna admit defeat. So double Luminarch, it either works or it doesn't, and in this case it did. Figured you all would enjoy that, but I had another battle lined up for you just to take a look at. This one was a battle where the sender told me that they got to use Night Shroud, which should be interesting. There's a lot of skirmishers here. This is a Balthasar Gelt army versus the Greenskins, which in my opinion is pretty risky. Now, Balthasar could be good at debuffing a Black Orc or two, but it's a pretty big risk because he can't, in his wildest dreams, face off against someone like Grimgor or even a Goblin Big Boss, for that matter. And Empire Infantry is significantly disadvantaged to... significantly disadvantaged to Greenskin Infantry. The Greenskins have a Hammer of Gork and have open fire, and over here the Boars are chasing... They're going to catch the Outriders with the grenade launchers, yeah, so be aware, Outriders with grenade launchers are not a fast unit, and at charge speed the Boars caught them. Huh, interesting. They called a Comet down on the Squig Herd. A very odd move by the Empire. That's a lot of... magic used up, and here the Outriders again too close, and they're gonna get caught by the charge speed of the Boar Boys. The Boar Boys are not as fast, but when they hit that charge speed, it's just something you got to be aware of. You have to start skirmishing before that unit can get within charge range. We've got 4 Empire guns, but they get hit with Night Shroud, which should reduce their accuracy. It also cuts visibility range, but I mean there's still a ton of damage being done by the guns here. If it's affecting their accuracy, it's not by a whole lot because there's big blobs of greenskins. So I've never been able to get a significant benefit from Night Shroud, at least not that I've noticed. He's going to hit him with Curse of the Bad Moon here too, which does get a pretty good chunk into those great swords. And that's a pretty long hex that hits too. So these units are going to take a significant debuff because of the curse. You can see there their melee attack down to nothing. Now obviously the Empire here was hoping to use, I would assume that they wanted to use the Celestial Wizard with Curse of the Midnight Wind, but the odd Comet there at the beginning, and then Balthasar Gelt. I don't even know where Balthasar is at right now. Looks like he's way... Hold on. Where the heck did Balthasar go? Oh, here he is. So Balthasar went back on his Pegasus after some Goblin Archers. Yeah, and Balthasar might be getting ahead of himself if he thinks he can actually defeat anything in melee, including Goblin Archers, so it's not going well for him. Let's see over here, the Squigs are getting into the handguns, so gonna be pretty successful there. The Night Gobbo Shaman's moving through. Most of his magic is probably gone from the curse. And then over here, the Celestial Wizard's trying to fight Boar Biggins, which is not going to be a good fight for him. So in this case, the Empire had an oddly chosen army. And Night Shroud had... The biggest reason I played this is because the promise of Night Shroud. What do you all think? Did the Night Shroud help the Greenskin player here? I know that the Empire player made a considerable number of mistakes in army pick and the way that he engaged both his Lord and Sorcerer. But just kind of curious what you all are thinking. Look at that, 70 kills on the Hammer of Gork. All the guns got cleaned up here by Boars and Squigs. That's going to be pretty much a chain route. So yeah, not great play on the part of the Empire, but I'm curious, have you all gotten good use out of Night Shroud? Do you think that he got good use out of Night Shroud here? Did it save him? Would the guns have done more damage otherwise? Just kind of curious what you all think in terms of how that turned out. And I really don't know a ton about Night Shroud. I can see what it says it does to the stats. But every time I've used it, I've not noticed a big difference on, what do you call it, the artillery. Well, I mean, it's going to be hard to test because the artillery is so random. Like sometimes it hits, sometimes it doesn't. To me, it almost seems like if it was going to have an impact, it would have a bigger impact on artillery than it would on units like guns or bows, because the guns and bows, like even if their accuracy goes down, I don't know how they target. Do they fire a volley? Are they trying to target individual units on the other side, or individual unit models? And if they are targeting individual unit models, does it simply affect their accuracy towards that unit model? Can a missed shot still kill a different unit model? And that's almost kind of what I'm thinking is the case. Like, so for instance, if my accuracy drops on my handgunner, and maybe my one handgunner doesn't hit the particular unit model that he targets, but if it misses and hits another, does it make a difference? So that would be my question. I don't know exactly how that accuracy mechanic works. I'd love to see what you all think, which is the main reason why I showed this. Well, I mean, I wanted to show it because I figured you get a kick out of Mannfred getting one-shotted by Luminarchs. But then this one I wanted to just take a look at what happened here in terms of the Night Shroud and whether or not we thought it was effective, and I really wanted to kind of pick your brain to see whether or not you've ever used Night Shroud successfully, and if you have, do you have a good way where I could test it and hopefully see the effects of it? I'm just worried if I try and test it, that how an artillery hits is going to be somewhat random anyway, and I'm not sure if we'll be able to get a good feel for exactly what it does. Anyway, hope you all enjoyed it. HeirofCarthage signing out for now. I'll see you all in the next battle soon.